Okay, for this independent variable in the enzyme investigation, we are testing the effect of substrate concentration, which is the substrate percentage of the hydrogen peroxide. So we have different percentages of hydrogen peroxide in our large test tubes. Test tube E has the full 3% hydrogen peroxide. The other test tubes have been diluted with distilled water to change the percentages respectively. So we're going to go ahead and add the contents or the catalase in the small test tube to the large test tube, and as soon as that is added in the first test tube, the timer for 4 minutes will start. So test tube A has a 0.6 hydrogen peroxide concentration. That will be our lowest concentration. And then test tube B will have 1.2% hydrogen peroxide concentration. And then test tube C will have 1.8% hydrogen peroxide concentration. And then test tube D will have 2.4% hydrogen peroxide concentration. And test tube E has no distilled water. It's not diluted. It's got the full 3% of hydrogen peroxide that you can buy at your local supermarket. So after 4 minutes is complete, the height of the foam, which is representing the oxygen gas product of this reaction, will be measured. All right, our 4 minutes is up. So in quick succession, as quickly as you can, we're going to go ahead and measure the height of the oxygen gas or the oxygen foam from the bottom of the foam to the top of the foam. If you do get kind of a slant in the foam at the bottom, I would just measure from the middle point, just to kind of keep that consistent from in all 5 test tubes. So you'll measure from the bottom of the foam to the top of the foam and make sure you record that data in your data table. And there is A. Remember, A is our most diluted hydrogen peroxide or substrate concentration, which is 0.6%. And then B is our next most diluted, and that's going to be 1.2%. And then C is our next most diluted, which is 1.8%. And then D is going to be 2.4%. And finally, E, which is our full amount with no dilution, no distilled water, that's 3% hydrogen peroxide.